Hello, it is iYikKam time again. So lately I released 5 common ancient Wing Chun Kin riding on Wing Chun Kin, and many questions start to come to me, and so today I like to share with you my view on the different questions. Okay. So, as we all know, the characteristic or uniqueness of Wing Chun is close body fighting art, and it is keen in inch power or very close handling of force flow. Okay, so if we read the Chinese martial arts history, we can see this type of characteristic described about Wing Chun. Okay, now the 5 riding, which is a common denominator of many ancient or older Wing Chun lineages, say as the following. The first riding, center axis has to be balanced. The second, descend the force flow with the clamping yang. The third, ascends the force or rise the force from ground. The fourth, defeat the enemy gently. The fifth, within a split of an inch. So this is 5 quick which I have released. Okay? So everybody said, well, this is not new. Well, it is not new. However, for past 80 years to 100 years, if you look at all records, or video, or photos and everything, people seem to ignore this totally. They have their own direction, they go their own directions. Most of us doing that. Okay? So I'm guilty of doing that too. Okay? So I'm not pointing at any single particular persons. Majority, that is the trend for the past 80 years or 100 years. Now, we want to look back in this 5 riding to see what the heck it is and to see what is about, okay, and how to implement it. There's a reason why I released this 5 kit, okay, or writing. Then questions start to come in, or comment, or debate. First thing is, as usual, oh, this is the same thing. Force flow is the same thing with the structure. I have structure too. Everybody have structure. Nothing new. This writing is not new, and this is just structure stuff. What is that true? So let's look at what is structure mean. If you look at the videos on the old timer, how they define structure, okay? Structure just mean they are using their leg like a rack to lift, if this is a weight, to lift this weight using the leg as a rack, okay, or lever to lift the weight, like the weightlifter. That's all. That is about the structure, using the ground power. And it is, in general, using in Chi Sao, the Bong Sao stuff, in Chi Sao, where using the lift, using the lift weightlifter, using that feet, that legs to lift, the support to lift. Okay, the structure. So go to the YouTube and you find out, is that for fighting or it's just for the Chi Sao, for lifting the stuff. Okay, there is structure per the YouTube definitions. we get to the core and we want to understand what it is. The second is something called mind power or nimlik. So what is mind power and nimlik? Let's take away all this terminology that everybody have different terminology. Nimlik, the practice of nimlik, is just to be aware of the different joint and try to optimize the mechanics while you are handling or manipulating the arm, okay, and different techniques. That's all. So you have the structure, okay, so you have this support from the ground, and then you have this nimlik stuff or mind power stuff where you optimize your upper body, try to get the mechanic more optimized. Basically, this is 小领头 stuff. When you practice 小领头, you want to optimize this. So these are the two things about the structure and nimlik. Okay, so nimlik is more in the 小领头 and the 起手, and the structure is about 起手 lifting, those kind of stuff. It never talk about in real fighting conditions. Okay, look at all this YouTube. It is a lot of demo, and it's good stuff. Okay, something is good to learn. The third thing is loading and unload. People say, well, the forceful is loading and unload. Well, if you say loading and unload, it means that you took the stuff, you load, and then you unload. That means when you load, you store, and then you unload. That is the concept. If you read the article, you watch the YouTube, so forth, you see that. Okay, so that's what I mean. Load and unload. And is it forceful? No, it is not forceful. So let me tell you what is forceful. First, in order to know forceful, you need to know action and reaction force. First, we talk about loading and unload. Like this pogo stick. When you step on it, it is not going to load, wait and unload. It is going to bounce you right away, because this is Newton's law of action, reaction, force. You touch it, it's going to have reaction force right away. Forceful play with it. Forceful do not play with load, store, and then unload. If you load, store, and unload, that place who is loading, the joint loading, is going to burst if the force or the power is too much. Forceful do not do those kind of storage in the joint and so forth, because all this physical have limitations. Okay? Forceful means it's going to go direct to the ground, coupling into the ground, and get the reaction force bounce back like the pogo sticks. Pogo stick doesn't store thing there. Okay? Take a pogo stick, you step on it, see whether it's bounce you right away. The faster you step on it, the faster it bounces you. That's what I'm talking about, the force flow, the action reaction force. Okay? So it's at the same instance. It touch, it bounce. Okay? It is not like the usual people think about 来老会送, 来老会送. Well, that's nice in the movie. In the real life, even the pogo stick bounce you right away. Otherwise, you don't have the time. Okay? You do this, you don't have the time. You are too late, in other words. Real life, action, reaction, force happen at the same time. Okay? Now, that is the answer, my view on loading and unloading. Is it forceful? Okay, this is by physics. The second thing, I'm going to go into structure and nimlik and forceful. Why is nimlik not structure, not nimlik? Okay? because force flow is actually playing with the force, the action-reaction force flow in the body without fixed shape. Okay? Yes, it's like a water flow in the body. Okay? So, right now I want to introduce to my gadget, iContact, which is I'm using. And I show you, okay? How this is my training tools. So fine. Structure here is great. Nim leg here, Tan Bong Fok is great. In the real life, closed body. Remember Wing Chun is a closed body? What if I was pinned here? Now what? What structure should I use? What nim leg should I use? Okay? Well, as the 5 stanza of Kam Yong locking or sinking or descent force with the Kam Yong, one play with